Thank you guys for coming. This nice, the cost of logging talk. We're going to talk about logging. Logging is a nice and sexy topic that everybody has to do. It's a little chore. But before starting, I need 25 volunteers. 25. Yes, come on, guys. I need 25 volunteers to follow me on Twitter. I am at 3,975 followers, so I need to reach 4,000. So please follow me on Twitter. So I can celebrate that. Yeah, sorry. This was a little bit of self-promotion, don't care. Let's just start doing the talk. So this is our story in the world of logging. And all of this started in London. And it was this February. This February, myself, and my colleague, David Mark Clemens, that unfortunately is not here today. He is stuck with the customers. He couldn't come. But hi, Dave. Thank you. So we were in London working on performance consulting. And we were helping this company called Net-a-Porter and Mr. Porter. They use two websites. It's an online retail that sells clothes. They have a super nice office in the west of London. So that's why it's a story that begins in London. And we have a nice case study over there. Just to sum it up, we ended in this performance consultancy after we delivered this our training, and then we have done a little bit of a workshop with them to improve their application. We basically were able to reduce to the number of to reduce to 1/3 the number of servers, double the throughput, and half the latency of their application. So basically, they got a very nice throughput increase out of our performance training. All of this is not related to that. It's related to that to one big question. We made a nice observation with them that disabling logging increased throughput massively. And let's see why logging becomes a problem and why there is a cost of logging. So there is a bug, and you are woken up in the middle of the night, and the thing falls apart. And unfortunately, you don't understand what is happening. So, well, it's a bug. Let's add more logs so I can diagnose the problem while it's live. And I got a fix. And now you've got some more logs in it. Now, the problem is that the more you log, the better. Right? That's the whole way of saying that the more the log, the better. Because, you can diagnose more your application. So you have different log levels. You can log a lot. And if you log, things becomes easily debuggable in production, in development also. Logging is nice, okay? I'm not saying you should log less. I'm saying you should evaluate what is the cost of your logging. Well, some more. So this is what you perceive from writing a log line, okay? When you do log.info, log.debug, log.whatever, you assume this is what is costing you, okay? What it is, it's just a log line, okay? However, let's do some maths. This is the actual time spent logging in an application not that one, another one, that we have benchmarked. So basically, whenever you log a line, you spend 0.22 milliseconds. 220 nanoseconds, if you want to call it, okay? We are in the millisecond, less than a millisecond pace. Well, this is nothing, okay? This spends no time logging. So my application is actually spending 0.22 milliseconds logging a line. From an engineering perspective, this is close enough to 0. Come on. I'm an engineer. I'm saying, well, this is 0, okay? Right? Is this not 0? Can I approximate this to 0? Yes. Yes, I can. Well, let's do some maths, okay? So let's run some maths. Let me say that I want to run 2,000 requests per second. Is it a good number from a web application? Can we do better, less? But this is a good number, 2,000 requests per second. I'm happy if my server runs 2,000, can support a load of 2,000 requests per second, okay? This is my target. But if I'm spending to log, if I'm spending 0.22 millisecond or 220 nanoseconds to log a line, if I multiply this by the 2,000 requests, okay, I got 440 milliseconds spent. Which means we have 660 milliseconds remaining. Hooray! We can still work. Now let's increase the logging. You see, the more you log, the better you are. So let's increase the logging. Now each request logs 10 lines. It does a lot of logging, okay? 10 lines, ouch. We have a problem. Kaboom. This is very nice, okay? You need a nice animated GIF in the slideshow. So, kaboom. So, oh, this was cut. Damn. Why so slow? Why the logging is so slow? And this is a nice little snail. So this is the problem, okay? I call this the adapter problem, like adapters of adapters of adapters. Let me explain how this works. So you call log.info, okay? This is your log message. Now, what you want to do with your log? Well, in your logger, you usually have, you specify a transport of or an adapter or something. Okay? Then you have probably doing JSON.stringify it or rendering it somehow through a renderer. Now it goes into a socket, okay? Or a file descriptor. Then this is written from there and needs to be written to disk. Oh, this was this nice flyer that you can collect at our booth, so come by. There are more. Sorry for destroying it, Peter. So, and now another process should say, whoop, 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 whoop. You see how much time it spent me to do this? Okay. This is the adapter problem. Nicely represented with all the adapters plugged in the slides. So we had an idea. And this nice idea was, let's write a fast logger. One without the adapter problem. So this logger is called Pino. This is a nice logo done by one of our interns in summer, Bob. Hi, Bob. Thank you. At nearForm, we love JSON, and which means we log our JSON new line. So we log in JSON because it's easily and we can process it easily. And also it allows us to do stuff like this. So we can require a module called split2 and basically pipes a standard input into split2 and then process our log easily. Now check it out. I'm maintaining split2. Use split2. It's an amazing module, please. Getting some 1,000 downloads a day or something. So Pino, we are also a good fan of Bunyan. Bunyan is our preferred logger. It's really a nice logger, Bunyan. It has the same Bunyan API, so it's mostly compatible. You can use Pino wherever you have Bunyan, just replace it as it is. What it is, you instantiate the logger, call info, debug, whatever. That's what it says on the label. It logs stuff to standard output by default. You don't need to configure it. So Pino takes 2,250 milliseconds to log 10,000 lines. Let's make some math. This means, you see the difference. Well, we can approximate this to 25 nanoseconds instead of 200, yes? It's a microsecond. Oh, come on. Yes. Sorry. I have been speaking all day at the booth, and I'm done. Yes. I thought it's a microsecond. Sorry. Microseconds. You're right. Absolutely. Microseconds. Anyway, basically, there's some maths remaining, and you see the math changes a little bit. Okay? We have more time to do our processing because the overhead of our logging is lower. The important thing there's one takeout that you should go home with, not my library, not anything else. when you do something, evaluate the numbers you have got, okay? Run benchmarks, try things out, see if you have an issue. Just saying, okay? We still have some more time here, okay? So even if we do 10 log lines per second, we still have plenty of time to run lots of requests. So this is a nice comparison with other loggers. I don't want to say anything. This is something, you probably use one of those. I'm not going to batch. But we can go faster, okay? We can go really, really faster. How? This is nice. So you need to accept, you need to be willing to accept a little trade-off. And the trade-off comes with a little bit of buffering. So if you want to support the fact that we are not flushing out, we are not sending the stuff to be written when it's there, and we can cache up to, and we can cache up to 4K, we can go in extreme mode and half the throughput and double the throughput. So again, run the math, and well, run the math, and it's still lower, okay? So, yep. So yes, 4K batching. So as that again, there are a lot of things that this happens. So if your process crashes, if your process causes an error and it crashes normally, all this output will still be logged. If your process crashes badly, for example, with a seg fault or a bad assert from core, well, first of all, if you have an assert from core, raise your hand, open an issue on the tracker. We are going to solve it. I'm also a core contributor. So please do, but whatever. But if it crashes normally because of JavaScript, this helps. This is taken. You just need to pass extreme through, and you turn out the extreme mode. It's not really useful in development because it batches the logs, so you log something you won't see on the standard output. But it's useful in production. Pino has some nice server integration already built in. We've wrote all the stuff. And this is the first one. This is Express Pino Logger. It's, you can use it with Express. Comes straight in. We also have Hapi Pino at nearForm. We are a huge fan of Hapis. We sponsor Hapi development. So please also come tonight, this evening at 5:30 at our booth downstairs. We have the happy hour. We are going to do a session on whiskey testing. So please come by. We have also nice t-shirts. So, free whiskey, free t-shirt, happy. Hey, more happiness. So Hapi Pino. You can use with Restify. We can use with Koa, if you are a fan of Koa, both version 1 and version 2, all working. If you are low level and just use, like me, that needs raw performance, and you just use the core HTTP module, we have you covered. Node Pino HTTP, okay? So again, a lot of stuff. I'm not going through them. We don't have time, but over there, check them out. So why is this fast? We've got secret sauce. What is the secret sauce of Pino? Why is it fast? So we got this journey of discovering the secret sauce, and we found several stuff along the way. So the first thing is avoid completely JSON.stringify. JSON.stringify is a bottleneck. If you try what I'm saying to you, you will see that JSON.stringify is a bottleneck. This came out straight away with a tool that we'll show you later. So JSON.stringify, that was a bottleneck. We sorted out. Then we moved from date dot, instead of putting the to isostring, that was low. We found out a bottleneck. And then we put date.now, because date.now was faster. So we just log with the epoch instead of the isostring. The isostring is super slow to generate. Then we discovered, I think, we started flattening our strings. Now, I will need 10 minutes to explain this to you, which I don't. So if you are interested in what it means flattening strings in Node, come by our booth. I will explain to everybody that wants to listen or ask me later. There is a module for that, flat string, okay? And then we did, in order to stringify, JSON.stringify throws, okay? And it has the problem of cycling, of circular references. So in order to avoid that and do it fast say stringify. Again, secret sauces. Also, we wrote our own formatting utility because the one util.format was slow. So we took the one from version 4 of Node. We took the one from version 6, we took the patch, and we put it in a module because, yeah, we needed it in 4 as well. So tool of the trade, how we make all of this happen. Flame graphs. Haha, this is one of the tools. That's a major tool. So this is 0x. I can demo it to you at our booth. It's really nice to use, really easy. It generates a flame graph on Linux and Mac. No Windows, we are working on it, hopefully, at some point. If you're on Windows, we have people, friends at Microsoft, so we're trying to do this. The other one is autocannon. Autocannon is really nice. It's an HTTP 1.1 benchmarking tool that you can use. It's also used in Node Core to benchmark for, it's also on Windows. This one runs on Windows. And it's also used by Node Core to do the HTTP benchmarking since some time ago, last month. This is a HTTP load tester, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So this is a great combination. Let me demo this to you. So here it is. Here we are. So I'm going here. Let me run 0x Express server lop. And here we go. Well, let me do the Banyan one. So Banyan server. And let's write this to dev null. And 0x needs the root password to ouch. What was the problem? Ouch. Yeah, sorry. Yep. So here we are. Now we can run autocannon. Autocannon is bench bombing it with 100 connection with a pipelining factor, blah, blah, blah. This was the output. Now we kill the thing. It generates, it's scrolling, and you will see a directory here. So open profile, this one, flame graph. Here we go. This was a flame graph, okay? We generated it in no time, and as you can see, we can point out functions that are not optimized versus functions that are optimized. And you can see, for example, that here, look at this. Look at who is taking so much time to execute. There is, you can see that there is 2 JSON, JSON native, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Stringify, my old friend. Yep, that is a good one. I need to switch back because I'm running out of time and I have still stuff to do. I have more demos if you want. So Pino is more than a module. It is a way of life. And it means having the absolute minimum overhead on your system. So I do not tolerate that there is overhead in my Logger. It's as slim as it can be. And which means that you need to rotate your logs yourself. So, that's a log rotation. It's a problem. We all know this. We have all been beaten by the log rotation problem. Your Linux server has a nice daemon running in there called log rotate. You don't need to do the log rotation in JavaScript. You can do your log rotation with an external daemon that is running on your system. You just need to configure it. We have a nice example on my README. Take it, place it there, done. Okay? So the other thing is, well, this emits JSON. So we have a nice command line utility thing to pretty print it. You can also switch it turn it on from the API. So if you want it for development to have it pretty printed, it will work. Also, transport are separate processes, okay? Because given that I want the absolute minimum overhead, I'm not spending time in my Node process to send the stuff to Elasticsearch, to CloudWatch, to Kibana, to Logstash, to where you want it to go. What we do is we pipe our thing to another process that does this job. It can be nice and can do it in however it wants to. So that's how things are done here. We have got several transports. One is Pino Elasticsearch. You can use it, really nice. I will demo it in a second. Pino Socket, if you want to go, for example, to syslog. Well, that one is for another thing. Then we have Pino syslog, 2 things. Your module, so write one. It's really easy. And so we also have a huge ecosystem impact with Pino. So all these modules, the secret sauce that I showed you, triggered a little bit of an engagement with all the community of other that were writing loggers and so on. So for example, fast safe stringify was used by a lot of other loggers and other things. For example, like Bolly, if you're using Bolly, it's really cool logger. Completely different approach than Pino. It's almost as fast as Pino, written by my friend Rod Wag. And yes, that was a nice, and he started using fast safe stringify. So it basically said to it, well, we went down with a gauntlet, and it was lower, and then he made it as fast as us, almost. So yeah, but it has a different API, so depending on what you want. So it has a nice ecosystem, but also some stuff in the Hapi community started using fast safe stringify, which is a nice module, or quick format. You will see those are useful modules. So this presentation, I need to wrap up because I'm really late. So this presentation is available at 2 URLs. First one on GitHub, this is HTML5. And the second one is the source code. There are also all the source code for the examples and more examples if you are interested in. So let me take your screenshot, whatever. Yep, pictures. Now I have time. Let me introduce myself. I am Matteo. I do a lot of open source, a lot of coding, as you can see from this picture. I am also a Node core contributor. I also work for a company called nearForm, and we help companies adopting Node at scale. So as we said, we have our booth downstairs. Come and talk to us. We can probably help you if you have any performance issues. Even if you don't want to hire us, I want to talk to you, because I am really interested in what you use Node for and how we can make Node faster for you. So I am also part of the side of Node Foundation. So if you want, this is the Collaborator Summit later on. So if you want to get interested, for example, in streams, Node streams, I am part of that working group. What else can I say? The happy hour, guys. Whiskey. And thank you.